Welcome back to the deep dive. So last time we talked about this really fascinating journey, didn't we? Refining the mind through meditation, those 14 steps,
Yeah.
leading to what we call joyful living.
That sustained inner peace, yeah.
Yeah.
Where things outside just don't knock you off balance anymore.
Exactly. Sounds amazing. But I bet for a lot of people listening, including me sometimes, it raises a big question. If meditation is this path to, real peace and joy, why is it just so incredibly hard?
Mm,
Like, what's really going on underneath? What are these challenges that make controlling your own mind feel, honestly, almost impossible sometimes?
that's exactly what we're going to get into today. That's our mission for this deep dive.
Yeah.
We want to unpack the real reasons why refining the mind through meditation is such a unique, such a tough challenge.
Okay.
And we're drawing these insights straight from our source material. Why is it difficult to control the mind?
Great. So let's dive in. The source starts by explaining something pretty fundamental. The mind is always taking stuff in, right? Through the five senses.
Constantly, yeah.
And our mind's health, so to speak, depends on the quality of that stuff, those inputs, and also the exercise we do, which here means meditation.
Right. But here's the first big hurdle, right away. Controlling the environment. I mean, you can decide what food you eat, more or less, for physical health.
Sure. You have some control there.
But controlling everything coming at your senses from the outside world. Making sure only the right inputs get in. Well, it's nearly impossible.
Yeah, I can see that.
Think about driving. You can be the perfect driver, follow every single rule.
Yeah.
But you absolutely cannot control, say, a drunk driver suddenly swerving into your lane. No warning.
Oof, yeah. That analogy really hits home. It's true, you can set up your meditation space, try to be calm, but then life just happens. It throws curveballs.
Precisely. Even when you're really diligently trying to regulate what comes in your mind, you inevitably run into difficult, unexpected situations that affect you, often deeply.
Okay, so that leads straight to why it feels so hard. It's not like lifting weights where you feel the burn, maybe, but you can physically do it. Refining the mind, especially each of those 14 steps we talked about, it takes enormous sustained effort. And because it feels like such a huge mountain to climb, it often seems like finishing all the steps, actually getting to that joyful living, it just feels out of reach for most people.
Like it's not really possible in practice.
Right. But the source doesn't just stop there, thankfully. It gives us 6 specific reasons why controlling the mind is so tough. Shall we untack them?
Let's do it. The first one is maybe the most fundamental. It says the mind itself is made of subtle matter.
Subtle matter. What does that mean exactly?
It means it's not physical, not something solid you can grab onto. Think about it like this. It's harder to control water than an ice cube,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And controlling steam, even harder. Well, this source tells us the mind is even subtler than steam.
Wow. So it's like trying to shape smoke or something.
Pretty much. We're not fixing a machine. We're trying to guide something incredibly elusive. So control here isn't about force. It's more about finesse, maybe.
Yeah.
Gentle guidance.
Finesse. I like that. Okay, that explains why it feels like wrestling with air sometimes. Now, this next point, it sounds like a real paradox. The source says the mind has to control itself.
It's a classic catch-22 situation, isn't it?
Totally. How does that work?
Well, the second reason it's so difficult is exactly that. The mind is the tool you use to control mind. So if your mind is untrained, naturally it's going to find it very difficult to make progress.
Ah, I see.
The mind's current efficiency, its level of training, directly limits how much further you can refine it. It's like trying to clean a dirty window using a dirty cloth.
Right, you just keep smudging it. That's humbling. Okay, so if the tool needs refining, but it's also the only tool you have, that leads nicely into the third point, doesn't it? Our deep identification with the mind.
Spot on. Most people, when they say I, they're actually referring to their mind. It feels like it is you, like you can't separate from it. The source uses the analogy of spectacles glasses. You see the world through them. They feel like part of you.
Okay, I get that.
Now, if your spectacles get dirty, you don't try to clean the tree you're looking at, right? You clean the spectacles.
Of course.
But with the mind, it's different. We see the world through this potentially, let's say, corrupted or biased mind, and we see suffering, problems, imperfection.
Everywhere, yeah.
And instead of thinking, maybe I need to clean my spectacles, refine my own mind, our instinct is to try and fix the world. We think the problem is out there.
That is such a powerful shift in perspective.
Wow.
And it connects right into the fourth reason, lifetimes of thinking this way.
Exactly. We haven't just spent this life thinking we are the mind and the world is flawed. According to the source, this pattern goes back lifetimes,
So it's deeply ingrained.
deeply. It doesn't even occur to most people that the root of the problem might be internal, within their own mind.
And the tricky part is,
The tricky part is that this new understanding, this correct knowledge that the problem is internal, has to filter through that very same mind.
so the mind can actually hide the truth from itself.
It can, effectively. The source uses a great analogy here. Imagine a king who rules his kingdom, but his only spokesperson, his only source of information, is a corrupt prime minister.
Okay.
It's incredibly hard for the king to find out about the corruption, let alone fix it, because the prime minister controls the information flow.
I see. So our mind is like that prime minister, our only spokesperson for reality.
In a way, yes, it's our sole interpreter. And because we only experience reality through it, spotting its own biases and limitations and then refining it, that's inherently difficult. It takes real self-awareness just to start.
That makes sense. Okay, moving to the fifth reason. This one sounds a bit isolating. Self-reliance is key. It sounds like you're completely on your own in this. Others can't actually help you control your mind.
That's right, in terms of the actual doing. A teacher, a guide, they can absolutely give you the knowledge. They can explain the 14 steps, guide you on the how-to.
Okay, so they provide the map.
Exactly. But the practice,
Yeah.
walking the path, that's entirely up to the individual.
Yeah.
No one else can meditate for you or make your mind still for you. There's no external support for the actual work itself. It's an inside job, completely.
An inside job. I like that. Okay, and the final reason, number 6. This one feels universal. Anyone who's ever tried to meditate, even for like 2 minutes, knows this one.
Oh, yeah.
The mind just jumps around. It never stays still.
The oscillating nature, yes. That's the source's term. It constantly jumps between options, maybe replaying the past, worrying about the future. That's just how an untrained mind works. It's universal.
Absolutely. When your mind finds a moment of peace, even a tiny sensory input, hearing a harsh word, a loud bang, seeing something unexpected, even a taste or a smell can instantly disturb it.
Which makes just staying still feel impossible for the untrained mind. But here's another great analogy from the source. Driving a car again.
Okay.
Before you learn, it looks impossibly complex, right? Pedals, gears, steering, mirrors. It requires so much coordination. Nobody's just born knowing how to drive.
Definitely not. I remember learning, it felt totally overwhelming. Just trying to stay on the road took all my concentration.
Exactly. Full attention required. But what happens with practice?
Well, eventually it becomes second nature. You can chat, listen to the radio, notice things outside. The driving just sort of happens.
Right. It becomes automatic. Refining the mind is similar. It's a long process. But here's the crucial difference the source points out. Loads of people master driving.
True.
But the proportion of people who've truly mastered all the steps of mind refinement compared to how many are trying, it's very, very low.
Okay. So it's not that it's impossible, like driving might seem at first.
Exactly. It's that the rarity of mastery makes it seem incredibly difficult, almost impossible.
That's a really important distinction. Okay, so let's recap. The difficulty isn't just one thing. It's the mind's subtle nature. This paradox of it needing to control itself. The fact we think we are our minds.
Plus those deep ingrained patterns from lifetimes. The fact that you ultimately have to do the work yourself.
And its natural tendency to just jump all over the place with every little distraction. That's quite a list.
It is. It really is a formidable set of challenges. But again, that car driving analogy gives us some hope, I think.
How so?
Because it shows that something that seems impossible initially can become second nature with consistent step-by-step practice. Mastery is possible.
Right.
The difference isn't impossibility. It's the proportion who actually achieve it.
Yeah.
That rarity makes it look harder than maybe it fundamentally is if you follow the steps consistently. The path exists.
The path exists. It's the journey that takes dedication.
Yeah.
Okay, so that leaves us, and you listening, with a really interesting question to chew on, doesn't it? Given all these deep reasons for why refining the mind is so challenging, how might we need to adjust our ideas about effort and progress when we approach something this subtle, this personal?
Yeah, what does progress even look like in this context?
Something to definitely think about. We'll leave you with that thought until next time on The Deep Dive.